Namaskaram. Namaskaram.
If he's not ready, I was going to take over from him. Go ahead. Doctor,
You want to take me, my brother?
No, you do. You do first. Yeah. I will pick up after you because I want to do my prayers after that.
Okay. Yeah. Namaskaram. Thank you. It's always glad that we are all together to speak on life transformation. The question is whose life? Question is whose life? Most of the time we hear about communication, gathering a lot of information from different places, put them into a sequence. This you have to be like this, you have to be like this, and that's leadership. That's relationship. I have a basic question. If anybody could answer, I'll be very happy. Who is the king of the forest?
Who's the what? King of the forest?
Yeah.
Lion.
The lion?
Oh, lion, yeah.
Who made him the king of the forest?
God. He made himself the king of the forest.
The answer is he made
Are you saying the king of the forest or the king of home?
king of the forest.
King of the forest, Queen Elizabeth, Prof.
There is a great saying. Na abhisheka ho. There is no specific culture. Na samskara ho. There is no specific putting a crown on the king, the lion, and then say you are the king in the forest.
No, but I changed my mind, DrTPS Kumar. It's not the lion that's the king of the forest. It's the lioness.
Yeah, lioness. Queen or king, it doesn't matter. Simhasya kriyate vane. There is no specific ornamentation program, a coronation program for making somebody as the king of the forest. Swayameva mrigendraja. He declared himself that I am the king. And if somebody have doubt, come in front of me. I will show you. That is the way it behaves. So from the walk, from the behavior, from the way they react, people understand there is a power in that specific animal. So each one of us, my sister Queen Elizabeth, shall I show you the book?
You can share since you are sharing from it. You can
share. So I described in this book, which I've shared with my sister already, life with the harmony in heart. You have to have that rhythm, the frequency, the wavelength in which you behave, so that others will understand, yeah, there is some different wavelength in him. There is a different spectrum in him. And that will declare you whether I am in harmony with X, Y, Z. When I am in harmony with, I am seeing Professor Nada on the left top corner here. When I am in harmony with Professor Nada or not, I may be in frequency, but if
Nada is listening carefully. Don't worry.
Nada is in frequency.
I already remember.
Definitely the harmony will be there, otherwise coherence will be there. So either the match or mismatch depends on my frequency matches with your frequency. That's called what is called harmony. So I have love towards somebody else. As long as I keep love, I am sure nobody can question my love towards somebody else, because love is not in the other person, it's in me. So it's my self-love, my self-esteem, which declares my leadership and my relationship. The power gained, not power given. It's all that love which I gain, not the love which I give to somebody else. If somebody loves me, definitely we reflect. We have a great saint from India. He says, Manam Darpana Samanam. The mind is like a reflection. You smile at me, I will smile at you. That's a relationship. So if I can smile at many number of people with different frequencies, I become the leader. So it's all matters in the way you love yourself, show your self-esteem, so that I gain lot of confidence, lot of courage, lot of interdependent but dependent with others around me. Because when I am a master, I depend on my students. I credit myself by saying so and so is my student. So it matters. How much I give is what they give me back. So I have to give everything without jealous, without any measure, without boundaries, support, all that adjectives which you can add in relationship. The commitment, acceptance, intimacy, the boundaryless, limitless passion, the emotional connection, all that with a lot of mutual respect and regard. I am sure automatically my wavelength will match with many in the world. Not necessarily human being, with plants, with animals, with cosmos. The whole energy is the intelligence, the emotions, connects me to the society, which connects me to the spiritual world. I'm sure that is what really we all wanted, and that is what I made a little effort to put them together with all my thoughts. Ishitvam cha vashitvam cha. I can only influence somebody when I can get influenced by somebody else. When I surrender to somebody else, I am sure somebody will see and take me as a role model. So all masters are role models. Mentors have to be role model. It is not the intellectual blah 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 collecting informations. It should reflect from your heart. It should reflect from your soul. You understand it and start talking from heart to heart. I'm sure it gets into the hearts of people, not into the brain. Love doesn't start in brain. Wisdom doesn't start in the brain. And self-esteem is not in the brain, it's in the heart. If you are open for understanding this, I'm sure people will love you. You will become a magnet and all iron powders will be around you. Namaste and pranams is all what I wanted to tell. If in case if you have some questions, I'll be very glad to answer them.
Okay, let's
I
open
have
the
a
floor.
question.
Any question, please?
Yes, I do have a question. As you mentioned that everything starts from heart, not in the brain. But from the perspective of neuroscience, if you see, whatever we understand or listen, it is through the sound first. Because brain doesn't understand the language of Hindi, English, Urdu we are speaking. So they understand the sound and the intonation of the speech when we are throwing. So how, and from the spiritual aspect, as far I know that heart is the magnetic field. When your thoughts emerges or the ideas that you come to your mind, when you have put your heart and that thoughts in your mind, if they can connect to one another, then basically it's gonna form that exact thing that you, as you said. But as you said that it is only heart, how would you like to, tell me on that?
I suggest you to go through my book which says Life Made Simple, where I have compared heart and head. It's available on my website. My number is there, send a WhatsApp, I'll send you this book. I'll tell you, there are 5 indriyas. And all the 5 indriyas, the most powerful is the eye. The second is the ear. The third is the smell. The fourth is the tongue. And the fifth is the skin. I understand everything around me with 5 sensory organs. Understand none of the sensory organs are controlled by brain. It's controlled by emotion. The word heart is a wrong word. In Bharatiya Shastra, in Indian tradition, we have what is called the manas. There is no translation in Western science, so I put that as heart. Heart is not what pumps blood. So manas means the software in you which controls your input-output devices. So understand, it is not sound and the words. It's all the indriyas which connects me to the social. Anything, I have to just look at you to understand my message to you. I can just taste and tell, yeah, a look is good enough, that's tasty or not. Right? The dialogue is not with the words, it is with the heart. The heart. Heart is a bad translation. That's an emotional feeling which I have to express without even speaking. I can show my emotions to you. So the indriyas, my sensory organs, are not controlled by the buddhi, the intelligence, but it is the software. Intelligence is only the backup media hardware which keeps all the data sets. The data doesn't come to you. Assume you have to think about your mother. You don't have to think. Instantly the mother's picture will tell you, oh, this is my mother. Do you have to think and say, is it my mother? No, no thinking there. Actually thinking doesn't happen because it just reflects like a mirror. That's why I said manam darpana samanam. Manam is the translation. Mana in Hindi, manas. So it's the mind. No, mind is also wrong translation. Heart is also wrong translation. It's the emotional ability for connecting me to the sensory organs which controls all of us. That's without sophistication, without control. It is simple. That is why my book is called Life Made Simple. The simple emotions. I react. I ask questions. The quest is from the simple. I don't even think how do somebody feels if I ask this question. The quest comes from the feelings. Thank you for asking that question. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for answering that question. Thank you, sir, for explaining more better. And I think that is a big bonus for you, our Professor Vasa, because you're going to be getting another book from Professor TPS. So please connect with him and get the book and read and get better understanding. But before we move on, may I quickly express my gratitude to Professor TPS Sasikumar for sharing this very short, but I have a good news for you. The same topic that he's sharing with us, he's also generously sharing the book with every one of us. So he has sent me 68 pages of just what is shared with us today. And please, this book is for every one of us. So please connect with us if you are not on our platform, and then we'll be able to send it to you free of charge. Because I believe that he only introduced it, but there's a lot in that book. I've started reading it since yesterday, and I will implore every one of us to grab it and also to read it. For example, some of the topics from that book is the importance of self-love, the ripple effects of self-esteem, the profound impact of self-love on nurturing healthy relationship. And then we have the connection between self-love and loving others. Then we have self-reflection and recognizing values, which is very important. And then we have self-confidence and overcoming challenges. And we have establishing boundaries and healthy relationship. The pursuit of superiority and emotional well-being. I think you need to get this book. So if you really want this book, which I advise every one of us to get it, but let me show you quickly the picture of the book. And please, feel free to, and the title of the book is Life with Harmony in Heart. The interplay of self-love and self-esteem towards healthy relationship, written by Dr. T.P. Sasikumar. So that is the bonus for us today. And I want to say thank you so much, sir, for sharing this gift, or giving us this gift for us to enlighten ourselves. So I want to say thank you so much. And please get your copy from the group or request for it direct from me. Thank you, sir, Professor TPS. Okay,